Hi everyone and happy Wednesday. Welcome to the next part of the video. Now we're going to be finishing off these leaves at the bottom here and then thinking about what to do background wise. So let's come in closer so we can all see what we're doing. There we go. Now we're still having a thunderstorm. In yesterday's video there was quite the storm going on, and it's still happening now because I've only taken a 5-minute break and I'm back. It's quite exciting. I find storms exciting anyway. I'm going to start with using my 52, and we're going to do this stem here and then the bases of all the flowers here. Yes, it's absolutely running a river of water down our road. Sorry, the shadows are going to be quite tricky because there's very little light coming through the window. It is so dark. The thunder is so loud, the lightning is so bright. We were forecast this weather. I'm just so relieved that I went shopping straight after lunch. So we'd have got rather wet. So where I'm colouring the base here, I'm just lightening it towards the tip. Just less layers, a bit less pressure on the pencil too. But I don't press that hard. I try not to. So yeah, I went downstairs to make a coffee. It was so dark downstairs. Because bright in here because the lamp is really, really bright. And in the sitting room where I popped in to put my coffee and talk to my family and look at the rain. Well, husband was, I don't know what he was doing. Watching something, I think. Son was playing on his computer. They put the lights on, it was so dark in there. Okay, so I think for this one we'll do the tips in quite a dark brown. This one is 76. Well, I'll do that whole folded over bit. I always find it hard to know how to deal with a folded over bit. And just make it more intense on the tip and just smooth it down into the rest of the leaf. I think it's going to be weather like this tomorrow. I haven't checked properly, but when we're going to the farmer's market, and we may have to walk because there's a road closure near it. Although there's an alternative route, it might make it a little bit awkward to park for it, so maybe glad to walk. Anyway, we'll see. But we'll see what it's like tomorrow. It's always quite difficult to predict the weather here. But these two look like they're part of this. I can hear the rain splatting on the window now. But they are a different shape of leaf. Look more like these, don't they? I might just do them completely differently. Oops, I can't get my hold of my pencil. Sorry. 57. If in doubt, grab 57 or 56. My favourite. Oh, that's a bright flash. I think that's going to be really loud. Ooh. That's loud. Number 4. I put my slippers on too while I was next door. My husband said, slippers to protect you from the storm. He said, I think you need a tinfoil hat. It's quite funny. But, we're going to go to 73 now and I'm doing this one here. Now this goes down here. So I'm just going to try and find that stem. Oops, like that. And then get in here. Now, I had some thoughts about this orange circle that I hate so much, and that thinking if it does look really awful when I've done my background, whatever that's going to be, of this bit, I might go over it in a gold pen and then I can just erase it. I have tried this before, the gold pen technique, and it sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I did this page in Johanna's Christmas, and it was the poinsettias, you know, the 42, there's a circle with 3 poinsettias and leaves. And I had seen a Chris Cheng picture where she had put fairy lights behind something and it looked so good. So I had a quick look at how she did it. So I had a go and it looked absolutely hideous. I didn't properly follow her video. I just tried to wing it and didn't practice first, and I just sort of thought. So I went over the top of it with gold pen to make it look like gold baubles or something. It looks a little bit better. It really wasn't ideal. Never mind. I think we'll just do a brown leaf this time. So I'm going to start with 49. That's these ones here. We've still got a bit of stem. I think I'm going to do this bit of stem in the 49, and then bases in 49. This really long rumble of thunder. Just doesn't seem to be stopping. Well, it's stopped now. It's quite the mammoth storm. I hope this is not going to look too much like this one, but we'll see. I can always put a bit of green in it. More thunder. It's not normal for us to have mammoth storms like this. 16. I'm going to do the tips. I'm going to start the tip and then just sort of blend it down in. They're quite similar colours. It should be quite an easy blend. But the news was saying that these are marking the end of the summer, because I think the first day of the autumn equinox is on Sunday the 22nd, and it's Friday the 20th today, so it's pretty close. And it does feel, you can feel the autumn's coming. Those are quite similar. I might just put a little tad of green. Which green? This one, the number 5. I'm just going to sharpen it on the tip just to make it look slightly different to the others. You might like it looking similar, but I just feel that it's a bit too samey. As the others, aren't that similar. So try and stay in the lines. There we go. Just a little bit. So I am a green leaf. I was a green leaf. Yeah, I did have someone commenting on my autumn videos going, it's a bit early, I'm not quite ready for autumn yet. That's fair enough, but I am. No apologies, I'm ready. Oops. So I'm going to use this green 50 to do these little ones here. And I'm going to leave a tiny bit blank at the tip. It's tricky. Trying to fade towards that tip. There we go. And then use a yellow. I can't get it out. We haven't used this one yet, I don't think. This is the number 10. It's a really sort of lemony yellow. I think it goes well with this light green. Just use it on the tip. You can use it on the whole thing if it's easier. I think it will be. Just go over the whole thing. Maybe it looks a bit too spring-like rather than autumnal. More like a spring green. I think some autumn leaves are yellow. I think it's fine. And different, which is always good. Right, let's go for a darker green on this one. We've got this stem going through and a stem in each. I'm going to make all those dark. So this is the 77. And go up here. Now this goes, I'm just going to continue that through to there, although our leaf type changes. And up each of these here. There we go. Yeah, the video that I'm doing of Chris Cheng I was talking about yesterday, autumn colours and things. It's very nice, but it's one of her early ones, and I feel like she improved with time, and I think that's absolutely like all of us really. I'm going to use the 76, slightly lighter one for the base of these leaves. What she did that I found tricky in this particular video was she would put the pencil name up on the screen, which is lovely, and kept it there, which I love, and I would do that if I just had an editor. It just takes so long. Then, but when she picked it up the pencil again for the second time, she just put the number and not the name, because they're Prismacolors. With any pencils, these I'm more familiar with the numbers than any other set because they only do numbers. I'm going to do 57 now and hope that I can blend it in. I'm going to go over the top of the brown to sort of help it blend better, and leave that tip. I'm not familiar with the pencil numbers, so I have to keep pausing and looking on my swatch chart and trying to find that number before I can then find the pencil. But slightly easier because when I first started doing her videos I didn't have Prismacolors, so I had to follow in Polly's, and so I would use a conversion chart, so I'd have to pause it and then look it up and find the equivalent polychromo, which was hard work. But nowadays I've got them, so I can use the Prismacolors. But actually I would probably know what to grab without looking it up, just because I've made you so many charts over the years and things like that. I think I'm just going to use the 56 for the tip. It's just that little bit more yellowy. So yeah, it's been taking me an age, but it's been a lot of fun. Looking forward to getting back to it in a minute once I finish this, but I've been looking forward to finishing this too. Okay, our next set here, I feel we should go back to some sort of oranges. We could do brown to orange though. I think that's what we did before. Let's use this brown 76. It's quite tricky to try and keep thinking of new combos because you know, there's a limited amount of pencils. Especially with the Ergosoft. Only got, what is it, 36. And as I'm not using any blues or pinks or purples or greys, then it's limiting me even more. But that's okay. It's good to have a bit of a challenge. So I'm going to use the number 4. Still stormy. I don't know if you can hear the thunder rumbling around still. Very long storm. I have to go look outside again when I'm done. I don't know if it's raining still. Let's have a look. Can't see. Oh, I just saw a drip. It's been coming down off the roof. So I don't know if it is still raining. But, this is quite a fluorescent colour, isn't it? That's okay. Now we have a batch of these sort of ivy looking ones again. I think we need a darker green. We haven't really used a dark green much down here. So I'm going to grab my 5. I think we did that on the last set though. I know. We'll do the tips with the dark green. And they'll look different. Crash. I heard explanations of thunder. Mother Nature's man moving her furniture around. That was always a good one. I think I've told you before the story of my mother when she was a child, and there was a thunderstorm and the kids the younger children were at home alone with their cousins, and they'd put the kettle on for a drink, and a thunderstorm started and they were all petrified, and they all went and hid in the upstairs cupboard, number 50, and it made my mum really scared of thunderstorms. She's always now scared of them. And when they came out of the cupboard, when the storm had ended, they'd left the kettle on, and they'd left it on the gas stove, gas hob, so it was boiling the whole time that they were in the cupboard. So it boiled completely dry, so dry that there was actually a hole in the bottom. So they burnt a hole in the bottom of the kettle. This is number 11. I'm going to do those centre bits. Just sort of try and blend it into all the spaces, really. Now, what was quite funny was they were actually at my mother's aunt's house when this happened, and the aunt would never let my mother's sister forget it. Her sister was sort of the oldest, my mum was the youngest, was the oldest there at the time, and so one day my aunt, my mum's sister, bought her a kettle as a present and went, there you go, make up for it, sort of thing. It was quite funny. Everyone thought it was funny. It was a good joke they had. Now I'm just looking at these last little set of leaves and pondering, because we've got quite a dark orangey and brown here, so we don't really want them too dark. I'm going to grab my favourite 16 and just do that. Goodness, I'm surprised but thankful that we haven't had a power cut. It does sometimes happen with a storm. We did go through a spate of having lots of power cuts in our street, but I think they've resolved that issue. I'm going to do this one. This is number 1, just on the tips, a yellow. And then I need to think about this background. What am I going to do with this? We could do red. We haven't used much red, but I think that would be a bit nasty. I think I'm going to use some pastel, actually. Oh, here we go. Let's come out a little bit. Okay, let's move that pencil sharpener away. Move that. Move the pencils away. I'm going to build up some layers because I'm not sure how this is going to look. I'm going to start with a little bit of yellow. Let's turn this around here so the yellow colours are nearer to here. Let's find, I need to, I'm just trying to find my applicators. They've fallen on the floor. Hang on, I'll stand up. No, hang on, let's stop the video. Had fallen on the floor. Right. There we go. Okay, they need a good wash, but this side is just staining, I think. So I'm looking at these colours here because they're a little bit different to the colours that we've used on the leaves. So I'm going to just put it in here. It's a bit tricky for me to advise you as to what colour to use if you were using pencils, because we've used every colour in these leaves. Now I'm going over the top of the leaves, you'll notice. I'm not worrying about that. So this is a sort of goldeny yellowy colour, a bit like the 16 in the Ergosofts, but what I would probably tend to do if you're going to do this in pencil is grab a pencil from a different set that's a bit of a different colour, because I'm assuming that even if you do have Ergos that you're using with this video, you've probably got other pencils as well. So you can probably grab something else. I would say a sand type colour, or a Naples yellow, an ochre, yellow ochre, something like that is probably what I'm doing at the minute, but I'm going to mix it up a little bit, I think. So I want to try and make that orangey brimmy colour not look so hideous, and I think if I make this background a little bit darker it will help. So that is my sort of layer of colour, and I thought I might just add some splotches of darker colour. It's a bit daring. We've got some really pretty yellowy oranges here though. Like that, look. I'm just going to splodge it around a bit. That storm still rattling round. And then I'm going to go a little bit darker with this one. Oops. Which is a little bit more orangey. The idea is that we're going to... Oh, there's none on there. That's better. The idea is that we're going to do some lighter, some darker areas, and hopefully it'll just help that line work of the dark orange. So now I'm going to go a bit darker. We've got this colour here. If you look, you can see, wow. I'm just going to dot it about. Actually, if I do that, it's going to just sit on the paper. Just sort of patting it around, and I'm going to go for a red as well, this red. Well, it's quite dark. It's a little bit pinky, that red, not quite what I was looking for. Now I'm going to brush that off, and it's a little bit splodgy, might be hard for you to see. So I'm going to go back to this colour here, and I'm going to put a layer on top, and hopefully it just sort of help to mix it all round. And even it out a little bit. I definitely feel better about my reddish orange border now. Has thunder stopped? No, it hasn't. Now I've gone out of the lines in a few places. Just going to get my eraser, just rub back those areas where I've gone outside. That wasn't my intention. A larger eraser might have been better for this, but never mind. Once you start, it's amazing how much you notice how badly you've gone out. That side's not so bad. A bit here. Yeah. Oh, there's a bit there. Oh. There he is, all done. Let's move him into the middle so you can see him coming a little bit closer now. There we go. I think I want to see the edge of the book actually. There we go. So there he is, all done. Our thundering owl, oh no, autumnal owl. Yeah, well thank you so much for watching. I hope that was okay. I hope that you have a really super day and happy colouring.